Okay, now let's look at the example 1, page 91 for part B. So the question asking the same thing, find dy dx in term of x and y if y plus by xy plus by y squared equivalent to minus 2. Again, now this one is a implicit differentiation because you can see that from here you have a product of x and y, and there are a few terms that you have y, which is you cannot make it y as just a single subject. Right? Now, first thing first, write down your differentiate the whole equation y plus by xy plus by y square with respect to x, and the right hand side differentiate of negative 2 with respect to x. Okay, now you can separate it by term, or you can just straight away do it differentiation. Alright, now if you look at straight away, now if you have the term differentiate of y, what are you going to get? So basically, if you just differentiate any variable of x or y, you just get a constant of 1. Okay, but since this one with respect to x, so you will still have dy over by dx. Alright, plus by, so the second term is plus by xy. Now this xy is a product, so you have a product x multiplied by y, two different variables. So what you do is that using your product formula, okay, if you still remember, a product formula will give you u prime v plus v prime u. So since your u is x, so u prime, which is d dx over by dx, will get it 1. Alright, now v is y, just multiply by y, plus by, now the second term v prime u. Now differentiate y will give you just simply dy over by dx, multiply by u, which is the x, so x. Okay, one more time is this one is just a product, so this is u, this is v. Differentiate u prime will give you 1. Differentiate, so v is just y, just put it there, y. Alright, then differentiate y, because with respect to x, so you have to put dy dx, and then multiply by u is just the x. Okay, now the third term, so the third term give you y square, so plus by, differentiate a common of any y square will give you 2y. Again, because with respect to x, you are differentiate the y, you have to multiply by dy over by dx. Equivalent to this particular part will just give you 0, so equivalent to 0 because you differentiate a constant. Now, the question asking for dy dx. Now, if you can look at the terms that you have over here, first, second, and the third term, all having the common factor of dy dx. So what you can do is you factorize your dy dx. So factorize. Alright, for the first term, if you factorize your dy dx, you will have 1 multiplied by 1 plus by the second term. Oh, okay. For the second term, this is actually the second term. Alright, this one you don't have the dy dx. So what you do is just you write it back anywhere lah. But let's factorize your dy dx first. So you have the third term that you have in the dy dx plus by x. Then the fourth term will be plus by 2y. So this one settle. So what's left is this. So just write it down, plus by y equivalent to 0. Okay. Now the algebra part. So what you have to do is that this thing is you need to find your you need to make it dy dx as a subject. So you can have it as such dy dx. So dy over by dx equivalent to, rearrange as such, you're going to get negative y over by, the whole thing would be 1 plus by x plus by 2y. Alright, so settle for part 1b.